You need to stop putting things off and start taking action right away. If you continue to put things off day after day, month after month, year after year, before you know it, you are on your deathbed regretting that you wish you took action. And the sad reality is that's the life of most people. Most people do not take action. Most people don't go out there and live the life that they want. Instead, they live the life that other people want for them. And that's really not a good existence at all. But I know that you're not most people. So I do want to share with you guys an action plan that could help you start taking action right away. In my coaching practice, I get this all the time. The number one question that I get is, how do I stop overthinking and start doing? And my advice is simple: you just have to start doing. So the first thing is, you want to have the awareness to understand that you are overthinking something. A lot of the times you may have a logical explanation. So for example, I was working with a client who wanted to make videos. He wanted to be a thought leader and he wanted to go out there and really share his advice on healthy eating. But he was just overthinking everything. What are the right things for me to say? Um, I don't have a proper strategy yet. I'm not good enough in front of the camera yet. And sure, there's a lot of truth to the three things that he said, but the reality is all fear-based. He's afraid in how his friends are going to perceive him. And really, it's just a judgment of others. It doesn't matter. So, understanding that a lot of your illogical explanation is actually just excuses and fear disguised as a reason. It's a reason, but it's not a good enough reason to stop you from doing the thing that you really want to do. So, catching it right away, understanding that this is just fear talking, it's not an actual reason. That's number one. The second thing is, immediately when you have a thought that you want to do something, and I think when you guys are watching right now, you probably have something in mind that you want to do, something that you've been putting off. So as soon as you think about it, try to do one thing that will bring you closer to it right away, immediately, right on the spot. Like, don't even think about it at all. So for example, with the client that I was working with, he wanted to make YouTube videos and he wanted to grow his YouTube channel that way. But the quickest way to take immediate action was to pull out his phone and do an Instagram story right away, because it's easy. There's not a lot of preparation involved. He just made the video right away. And the thing is, in the beginning, it's really scary. You may look at the phone, which is what he was doing. He is like, I don't know what to say. I was like, just say that. Just say that. I don't know what I'm saying. This is my first video ever. And just go out there and do it. And it feels so scary, and it feels like the whole world is judging you. And here's another mindset that people need to get into as well, is the fact that we are so concerned about what other people think of us. The reality is, people are focused about things that worry them. A lot of people they don't even care. They don't, I mean, maybe they care to a certain extent, but I think we place way too much pressure on ourselves to think that people are going to judge us, or it's going to be the end of our social existence if our friends see an Instagram story that will actually be erased in 24 hours. So why even be concerned about it? And now that's just one example of taking action right away. Maybe for you is that you want to get in shape. You want to get in shape. You want to go to the gym. You want to lose you want to lose 25 pounds, and you have been having a hard time doing it. And you're overthinking it over and over and over again. So maybe the immediate action for you to do is to just go for a walk. Just go for a walk. Go for a walk for 5 minutes. And the fact that you took immediate action towards something that you really want to do is what is going to give you the momentum to continue on to going and keep going over and over again. It's really, you're building the identity as someone who's a doer and not an overthinker. And that's what we want to do. It's great to have plans. It's great to have strategies. But those plans and strategies are useless unless you do something about it. Execution is what we all need to do. And the third thing is to have an accountability partner. we are much more likely to commit to something and do things that we're supposed to do when we have someone who is counting on us. Have an accountability partner. And if find a close friend who will hold you accountable, someone that will check in on you every day. It's like, hey, did you go for a walk today? Did you do your Instagram story? What's happening? And if you don't have someone in your vicinity that could be an accountability partner, you could go on a social platform and announce it. Like right now, we're on a social platform right now. So announce it, make a video, just say, this is something that I'm working on, and I'm going to commit the next 30 days to go for a run every single day, for example. And you know that people are watching. And if you don't do it, you are not only letting yourself down, you're letting other people down in the process. So I'm just going to recap the three things that I spoke about in terms of taking action right away. So the first thing is awareness. Understand that it's just fear. It's not real reasons that's holding you back. The second thing is to take immediate action. When you take immediate action, it really feels amazing, first of all, because you feel like you conquered something that you've been putting off for such a long time. And that's going to build you the momentum to keep going. And the last thing is find an accountability partner. Absolutely important. It's so important to commit yourself to someone. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to walk over to chat to see what you guys have got. I see lots of chatter going on. So we got a Dupree, hello. We got Tom from O Center. We got Trending Topic. We got Tracy. We got Melissa O'Brien. Yes. And we got Lulu. Nice. Okay. So Tracy was one of the people that I actually challenged to do Instagram stories, but she's doing it every single day. That is amazing. And that's a thing. The more you do scary things, your threshold just starts to stretch over time. What you used to think was scary, like in an Instagram story, is no longer scary. And you think, you're like, wow, look at me. I could do scary things. I wonder what else can I do? And that's a thing. I think people are capable of doing extraordinary things. I do 100% believe in that. And a lot of the times we play small, we shrink down. And little by little, you're going to build a muscle to do amazing things for yourself. Okay, what do we have here? We got Lulu has a comment. She is saying, hi, Lily. I struggle with taking actions after a setback. Everything seems to be heavy since the passion is not here. Okay, so that's a separate thing altogether. There is such thing called losing passion for something. So you have to really have the awareness to know the reason why something, first, having the awareness to understand why something didn't work out. If something didn't work out because you lost passion for it and you didn't want to do it anymore, and you were just doing it out of obligation, 100% let it go and move on to something else. There's no point in staying in something too long. And this goes back to a lot of things I have spoken about before. People stay in things too long, in relationships and friendships and jobs way too long because of an obligation towards it. So if you have lost passion for it, let it go. On the other side is that, are you giving up because it's too hard? Are you giving up because you face rejection? And the reality is we're all going to face rejection in our life. We're all going to face failures in our life, but it's something that you really want to do and you have a burning desire and passion for. Don't give up. Don't give up. Anything that's worthwhile having is going to take a lot of work and it's going to be hard. So Lulu, I would highly encourage you to assess the situation and see, is a setback because you completely lost passion for it because you don't want to do it anymore? Or is it because it became too hard and painful, but you still love that thing? And if the answer is the second one, then you got to just keep on going. And a couple of things to help you. When you feel alone and you feel like there's a massive setback that has happened to you, is first, I always suggest reach out to people who could support you and encourage you. I'm here for you. You are in my live stream. So always, if I can help in any kind of way, please feel free to reach out to me. Or you could look at videos of people who you look up to who have failed and how they have been able to persevere. That's going to give you the encouragement as well to keep going. So understand what it is, and then you could go from there. All right, guys. Who else? We got Latrenda and yes. Latrenda's like, what is your why? Strong why leads to action. Exactly. That is so important. You have to have, and when you wake up in the morning, I think it's important to know why you are doing the things that you're doing. And it doesn't have to be a world changing mission. It could be something that I am going into work is because I want to provide the family, I want to provide my family with the things that I didn't have. That was the strongest why that my father had. And my father, I've spoken about him before. He's the hardest working person that I know. And the reason for that is he wanted to provide an amazing life for me and my mom. And that's why he worked so hard. That was his why. And he continued on every single day and took action. And there are days that, it was freezing cold and he had to ride a bike to work. Maybe he didn't want to do it, but he still took action towards it because he had a strong enough why. All right, guys. Okay, and just one more comment, and then I'm going to go. So Tom is saying, I'm right behind you in my progress in getting content out there. Yes. So it was Tom's plan to have a YouTube channel after completing the School of Life. However, I challenged him to do it right away because why wait? Just don't wait. If you can do it now, just do it now, now, now. All right, guys. I'm going to take off. It's Monday. I got lots of exciting stuff coming ahead of me. And you guys have an amazing day. And remember, if there's one thing that you have in your head right now that you really want to do, take immediate action right now. Okay? Right now. All right, guys. Have an amazing day. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for another episode of Coach's Corner. Bye-bye.